Hi, friends. My coworkers over there. We're back on the rooftop. Happy Monday. Okay, I am going to go ahead and invite. So I have a podcast coming out. It's this guy right here. Kevin, yes. Okay, so there's a podcast coming out tomorrow, just like every Tuesday. We have a new episode of The Hookup, and Mr. Kevin Crenshaw, he's a relationship coach. He is going to be on the next two episodes. No, Mondays do not suck. Mondays are amazing. I love them. Okay, so Kevin is going to join, and this is the guy. Relationship questions. He can handle all of them. So come at him. I'll also talk about some of the things that we talked about in the podcast. What's up?
We're here. How's it going?
I need to turn up my volume. There we go.
Cool.
Hi, friends. Okay.
How are you?
Kevin.
Hi.
Don't we love technology that we can do this?
I know. It's pretty awesome.
Right?
Yes. I keep forgetting it's a Monday. I heard on the beginning somebody was like, Mondays suck. I was like, oh, yeah. It is a Monday, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to wave at these people. I just learned the whole waving thing, and I really like it, but I always am so bad at doing it. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, guys. So Kevin is a relationship coach. So if you have any questions about anything love, Kevin will answer them. And I'll
I want to answer a question first because I usually get asked one question more than anything, and that's, how did you get started in doing this? That was like literally the first question that I get asked. And so I just want to answer that one, and then we'll go into everything else. So I got started about 6 years ago. My ex-fiance cheated on me and dumped me, and I held a loaded pistol in my mouth. Almost took my life. And then the two relationships after her cheated on me, and something in my head snapped, and I was like, there's got to be more to love than this. And I became obsessed with relationships and love and trying to figure out why that kept happening, and it changed my own love life. And then I was able to help one of my friends actually change his marriage and save his marriage. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm good at this. And it took me a while to actually accept this as my calling. I was a fitness coach and doing online fitness and group fitness and all these things. And then I finally accepted it. Here we are. We're a year in, and I'm super blessed to be in the position that I'm in.
Love your life.
I do love my life. I absolutely love everything about my life.
I love my life. It's amazing.
So yeah, questions.
It's do what we love.
Whatever questions you guys have about dating, relationships.
Yeah, so ask him whatever. Okay, here, I'm just talking to someone, really crushing on him, but how can you tell if they want the same thing as you?
You ask! You ask!
You wanna tackle this one? I'll bounce off you.
No, yes, my answer is that you ask. You stop playing games and you just say, hey, look, this is my truth. But listen, and I know that's hard, and I'm not one to simply just give advice. A lot of what I do is actually understanding why you're not taking your own advice, or why you're not doing what you really want to do. And so what's getting in the way of you just simply asking is the fear of rejection, right? And so when you have that fear of rejection, it's going to stump you from doing those types of things. And a lot of other things in life, but recognizing that fear of rejection is never going to go away. But if it's crippling you to the point where it controls your life, like it used to me, think about like, where are you rejecting yourself in your own life? What are some areas in your life where you're not really showing up for yourself, or where you're falling short, or where you just simply hate yourself? Because that's what it was for me. He asked me what my end game is, and I was honest, and I said I wanted a relationship. And he didn't say anything to that to comment. How do I handle that? Well, he probably is still thinking. If that's the case, he's a man. So I would say drop the expectations and be his friend. And even in both scenarios, you make a new friend or you actually get what you want. But you need to be there to support him. Stop trying to control the outcome so much because of a selfish desire of something you want. Because rejection is just redirection, in my opinion. What do you do if guys don't accept your career path? They're not that, and if that career, yes, if that career path is something that you have chosen, it's not like, oh, I'm just doing this to pay the bills, but like you really enjoy your career, then they're not compatible for you. And that's a very shallow thing to not accept, unless it's a lot of your lifestyle. People play too much, but it's never.
I'll bounce off what you just said. One of the things that I'm a big believer in is take that 2 seconds of boldness and I know you don't want to like be honest with the guy and just tell him exactly like, hey, I'm feeling this way, but just do it. Like you just gotta, like half of life is just do it. So don't play games. If you feel this way and you really want to know the answer, just go up and do it.
Yeah. Basically. Don't know if we have any other
Okay, so some of the things that we went over in the podcast, which you guys will hear tomorrow, it will be out at 9 a.m. And yes, you're welcome for moving it to the morning instead of the noon. I know some of you guys drive to work and you wanna put a little podcast on, so there you go. Oh, it's so scary though. I know, but you're so strong. You can do it. So one of the things we talked about, well, we talked about a lot of things, but one of my favorite parts, we've hung out since we recorded, so I already told him that this is my favorite part of the podcast. But it was that if you, so let's say you're with someone and you have chemistry with them, but there may be like the relationship is off. It's like, but they're not as good they're not as good at communicating, or they're not as good at this or that. Well, those things can be fixed. So that's one of the best things that I talked about with Kevin was that, I feel like a lot of us, like, we have this chemistry, and then the relationship, we know that part, something's off about that. So then we just abort ship. But then Kevin talks about how, it's co-created and that you can actually fix that problem. So you can elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, so the perfect relationship isn't found, it's co-created. That you find a partner, and I think a lot of us focus on trying to find the right person, when you actually need to become the right person for that ideal person. And especially with modern society and the way that the world is viewing dating and relationships right now, it's very easy to blame. So that didn't work out for that person because they're a narcissist. So I just need to find a not narcissist. But what you don't realize is that you had certain behaviors that co-created that behavior or allowed that behavior in. So, and I'm going to take ownership in my own life, in my own example. The first 3 relationships I was in cheated on me. They were not cheaters. I co-created them to do that because I wasn't meeting their needs at a deeper level. So I needed to show up different. I needed to become more of my real self. Because, I mean, honestly, looking back, I was super needy and validation seeking. And that's part of why I kind of drove them away in that sense. So if you are in a relationship or you are dating somebody and things aren't where they need to be, it's not about changing the other person. It's about like becoming more of you and effectively communicating your truth always. And in that spot, with understanding and more respect for yourself and the other person, instead of nitpicking at them, you'll actually make them feel more like a man or a woman, and they'll want to stay and they'll actually show up for you. If a guy just ghosted you yesterday, they're doing you a favor. I've been ghosted too. I've ghosted, sadly. I hate to say it, but they're doing you a favor. Especially men, ghost because they see you from afar and then they're like, yeah, I think there's something here. They get close and they go, nope. And instead of saying something and having the balls and the courage to tell you why, they just leave. Because that's what men have been taught to do. Yeah.
So let's say that you're in the position where you went on a date with someone, you don't feel it. So ghosting isn't probably the answer. But what do you think is the proper way it's a person that you don't have any like deep thing with. You went on one date. Do you text them? Do you call them? How do you deal with that?
Depends on the connection,
Okay, this is someone you met off Bumble.
You met somebody on Bumble, you went on one date, and then you're like, nah, there's nothing there. I would text, and or even on the date, at the end of the date, just like, hey, just letting you know, like, I'll be friends, but like, this isn't really what I'm looking for. Okay. And then if that happens to you, do not take it personally. You're not supposed to get everybody in the world to like you. You need to like you, and that's all that needs to matter. All right. So, yeah.
I've left people on red because they asked for you to hop into bed with them right away or send new pictures.
Well, that's not what you're looking for anyway. So unless you are looking for that.
Red, Aaron. Okay. So another thing we talked about was patterns. We talked about, looking like if you're single or whatever, look at your patterns, look at your history and see maybe if there's some kind of correlation. I know that, I definitely look back and I was like, I do have some patterns.
Yeah.
So when you notice that there is patterns, what would you say to do with those patterns, Kevin?
So it's number one, it's awareness. So what's the awareness? You're aware of the pattern, the external pattern, what's happening in your relationship. Then you got to go, what within me is causing this pattern? Which is the hard part, which is where you need either somebody who's further along than you in their relationship or in love life, or a coach to see a different perspective, because your ego is not going to want to look at itself like that. You're just not going to want to be like, oh, yep, this is how I'm fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're going to want to blame it. You're intentionally, your mind's not going to see it. So that's where a coach comes in. That's where not just a friend, because a friend may not have the level of awareness that you're looking for, or they're sugarcoating things because they don't want to hurt your feelings, whatever it is. But somebody who is further along in their love life will definitely be able to give you that
You were
experience.
one who did have patterns, and so
I did.
when
And
you realized
somehow I was able to like see that for myself. And I think it's very rare. It's like it's extremely rare to have that level of self-awareness.
So when you did realize that, what was the next step that you took?
I spent some time with myself to forgive myself for everything I was beating myself up about. And so I could learn to love myself and respect myself instead of beating myself up, because I was beating myself up internally. And so what did I do? I attracted people who were treating me hot and cold, essentially beating me up and pulling me along. And my brain, my subconscious was like, yeah, that seems about right. And that's why it was so addictive.
Mm-hmm.
Patterns, Haley, are things that happen in every relationship that you're in. I got a question from Mark. If someone is busy and they reply when they can, should I message first and start new conversations, or just wait for a response? What I would say is to call them. If they're busy, call them and spend 5 minutes. If they genuinely care about you, they'll take your call. That's what I have to say about that. I fed dolphins conversations interesting here.
Yeah, calling
Okay.
rocks, okay?
Seriously.
People need to do more of that, because I feel like every time you call, you might be nervous, like, and then you always talk, and it's always a million times better than having to spend all day doing this, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, another thing we talked about is I got a lot of questions from shy people saying, I'm so shy, how do I ask someone out? And my reply is 2 seconds of courage. You just gotta literally
It is that
up
2
the
seconds of
courage
courage,
to
but see it as loving yourself and loving them even more than you are now. Because you need to love yourself to the point where you do take courage and act. Because if you hold back, you're not loving yourself enough to speak your truth, which is a big you're not congruent. You're not living in integrity at that point.
Another thing we talked about was the friend zone, the glorious friend zone.
Glorious.
So, I mean, we've all been there. You get stuck in the friend zone. So then on my podcast, we're going to talk about how to pick yourself out. Get out of there.
Yeah.
And I will give you a hint. It has a lot to do with turning on that flirt, right?
Flirt.
Give them that flirt.
Flirt.
So that's a good topic. We're also going to talk about how guys and girls' brains are different, and that's really interesting.
That's a really good one.
Probably will learn some things that you didn't know, just like I did. Also, let's see. Oh, this is another good one. Okay, there's someone who just sent something. What advice would you give to a person where her boyfriend made her quit her job and she cannot answer the phone when he's around, or go out, or do anything if he's home?
Well, she's in a controlling situation, so you want to love her enough to tell her and hopefully help her through that. What to wear on a first date, whatever the fuck you want. Why do guys always text and call you for the first week? All of a sudden, they're like someone else. Because if they change over time, it means their mask of what they think you wanted fell off, and they're actually themselves now. And yeah, she should leave him. But again, we're not playing a should game. Help that person. Because obviously she's not in a good relationship. That's not a healthy, loving relationship at all. So.
Okay. So I know you have to go sort of soon. I don't know what time it is.
I do.
But
yes.
What's the last thing that I wanted to go over was, when you're in that relationship and you get through the honeymoon phase and things are all amazing. And then it's sort of like it's been some time now, not as much fire there. and you're kind of like, uh-oh, I think things might be fizzling out. What do you do, Kevin?
You, number one, got to make sure that you have, during the honeymoon phase, have some level of honesty and conversation with that person so you know the direction that you're going together in your relationship, right? When that starts to happen, you turn on the chemistry, which I talked about in the podcast episode that's coming out tomorrow, is how to create that polarity so that you have that fiery passion again. So it's learning how to turn chemistry on, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We all want that fiery relationship, right? Right?
Yeah.
You got to listen to my podcast.
Yes. So go take a listen
No, a
to
lot of
Heather's
my
podcast.
podcasts. Today is going to be a special, or tomorrow is going to be a special week because we're going to learn more applicable things. Usually we're all about the laughs and being goofy and listening to big personalities talk about their crazy dating opinions. So that's the fun. But this week is going to be really great, and you guys should definitely listen tomorrow at 9 a.m. It'll be out, first part 1, and
Awesome.
then part 2 will be out next Tuesday at 9 a.m. So, in the meantime, go ahead and give Kevin a follow, give him a little stock.
I'm okay with that.
See what he's all about, and then listen to my episode tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you again so much. I got to get ready for another call, but this was fun.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye. See ya.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm just going to stay on for like 1 minute and say hey because, I'm going to do my best to go live on Monday nights more so I can tease you guys about my podcast on Tuesdays. Yes, you can't wait. Yay, I'm so happy. And if you guys came from Kevin's page, I hope you guys will follow me. We're a little different, but definitely both very fiery personalities. What's the name of the podcast? My podcast is called The Hookup with Heather Hopkins. And if you want to find it, the link is in my bio. Name of Loadmaster. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Hi, Ray. How are you guys today? How is your Monday going? Where am I? Okay, this is my favorite part of showing you guys. I am on a beautiful rooftop at my work. Hold on, I need to turn the camera. Okay. Don't you just love to watch the sunset together? Look at how beautiful. Okay, come on. Hi, my sister is here. Brittany. What's up? You guys, my sister is actually training to be a therapist. So you barely go live. I know I'm going to try to do it more. Okay, look at this. How beautiful, right? It's so clear out. Look at these trees. I just saw a hummingbird. Feels good. Feels good to be outside. I know. I'll try to go live more. Joy. Okay, you guys. So tomorrow I'm gonna. I think tomorrow, if I can figure out my technology right. Basically, I recorded a video this way, but I want to put it on IGTV because it's more than a minute. So I need to somehow learn how to make it. I don't know. This is boring talk, but I'll post it tomorrow. Hopefully, if I can figure it out. What state are you in? I'm in Los Angeles. Thank you, Elion. Hello, Eduardo. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so I'm posting a video tomorrow. It's really fun. And Joy, who's in here right now, she is my intern, and she will be in the video, so you guys can meet her. She had we did a LA first date spot, and she just had the best time at this place. So you guys can see what Joy obsessed over that day. There's an app for that. Hi, Jasmine. I do need a tech person to help me. Help me. There's an app for that, Jasmine. Tell me about this app. I need it. You know that you are so pop star. Oh, wow. Thanks. Why am I so pop star? Although I'll take it. LOL. Obsessed. Yes, she is obsessed. You guys will meet her tomorrow. It'll say on the video, it'll be like, meet Joy. And then you guys can meet Joy. Hi. Okay, so another thing is that I'm doing a boys panel. So if you guys want to be on my boys panel, basically it'll be a round table like this, but not out here. I wish. Maybe I'll do it out here. And we will talk. Oops, sorry. Hi. Sorry, guys. Okay, and I'm drinking water. See? Trying to drink more water and trying to drink less coffee. So anyways, we're going to have a boys panel where I'm going to get a bunch of guys at a table, okay? Imagine this. I'm going to ask them, I'm going to get all the dirt for us girls. So we're going to hear all the real, unfiltered thoughts of what these guys actually feel. It'll be a lot of fun. So if you are a boy located in LA, if you're a man located in LA, message me because I want to bring you on. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I don't know what time it is, but that's what I hate is on Instagram Live, you can never see the time. So it could be like an hour from when I thought I started. You love my outfit. Thank you. My outfit is yes, I'm going to get them to spill the tea. You got it. Maybe we'll drink some tea while we're at it just to get in the mood. Yeah, actually, I took this dress and I cut the top of it because I like it better as a skirt. So, fashion. 6:52. Thank you. Why didn't I think of just asking you guys? Oh, 6:51. Thank you. Okay. Well, it sounds like a great time for me to head out. So, good. I'm glad you're going to tune in to listen. Thank you, Aaron. And spread the word. Tell your friends about my podcast. And thank you guys for all the support. I'll post some videos tomorrow. I'll post a video tomorrow. I'll post fun things all this week. So if you don't already follow me and you found me off Kevin's page, give me a follow and you can find out all about the best date spots, some fun videos that I make, and I want to get to know you. So the Hook Up with Heather Hopkins, yes. Tornado watch. Oh my gosh, prayers. Okay. Please smile. You make the world happier. Woo! You got it. All right. Listen. Okay, bye guys. Mwah!